So hello guys, welcome. This video is about Epirb. We'll talk about three things: its location, testing and operation, and markings. Markings is very important because this is the thing which is looked by any vetting inspector, PSC inspector or auditors. So let's start with first thing, location. The location is important as you will find this Epirb always in an open space. Always. It will be always in an open space. As you can see here, it is kept in bridge wing. Most of the time it is kept in bridge wing, as this is the open space. So now if I have to show you from inside, you can come here, and that's my bridge wing, and here it is kept in an open space, unobstructed. So normally it is sometimes kept here, but on my ship it is kept there. Why it is kept in open space, we'll see in the later part of the video. Now we'll see the operation of Epirb. Now all the Epirbs can be activated by two methods: manual activation or automatic activation. So first we'll see manual activation. If your Epirb is kept in a bracket, it will be kept along with an HRU, hydrostatic release unit. In all the brackets like this one, if it is kept in a bracket, you will see an HRU with it. Now to activate an Epirb by manually, you will always have either a button or a spring switch to activate them. For example, in this case, in this model, they have a plastic flap written distress only and the on is written over there. I just have to open the flap and press the button. The Epirb will be activated. That's it. Now for automatic activation, you can see these are two contact points. On all Epirbs you will see them. These are two contact points or terminals. Once water touches them, or once they are in water, once an Epirb is floating in water, they will activate the Epirb and the Epirb will send the signal automatically. Now let's say for due to some exceptional circumstances, your ship sinks in the water and you are unable to take the Epirb with yourself. So the Epirb is positioned in such a location that it can come out freely without any obstruction. You will see that with Epirb there is an HRU. Once there is sufficient amount of water pressure is being applied on HRU, it will push the Epirb away from itself and the Epirb will come out freely from the ship without any obstructions. Once the Epirb is in water, you can see these two contact points. Once water touches them, a circuit is formed and it will start sending the homing signal towards the satellites. Epirb send signals on two frequencies: 406 MHz frequency for COSPAS SAR satellite and 1 to 1.5 MHz frequency for SAR aircrafts. So you can see once a COSPAS SAR satellite or an overflying aircraft which receive frequency on 1 to 1.5 MHz receive those frequency, they will transmit that signal to local user terminal, that will transmit to MRCC, that will give to RCC, and they will send assistance to your Epirb's position. Now the next thing is testing on Epirb. Now most of the Epirbs have two types of test: short test and long test. Now you do any test, either you do short test or you do long test. It will consume a battery which is there in Epirb. So hence even in the short test, which consumes less battery, even there they have recommended that it shall not be done more than once in a month and 12 times per year. Because if you do more oftenly, if you do this test more oftenly, it will consume more battery, and instead of supplying for 48 hours of position, that Epirb might reduce that to 47, 46, the battery, because it has already been consumed. Second, that they recommend you to do these tests, short test, long test, any test. They recommend you to do these tests within the first 5 minutes of an hour to reduce the disturbance on emergency channel and to create a uniformity so that everybody is doing this test within the first 5 minutes of an hour. Now here I am going to show you short test. So here you can see there is a test button. I'll press that. You will see a green light that will flash, and after that there will be 3 white lights, those will flash. So once it is done, that means the short test is passed. My Epirb is working fine. Now here is the procedure. You can pause the video and you can read for long test and short test. The long test, in each Epirb you will see that they only recommend you to do the long test once if you have a problem with your short test, if you find that your short test is not working fine. Every Epirb has its own procedure to do these tests, short and long. Sometimes they will ask you to press for 10 seconds. Sometimes they will ask you to press it twice. That's how we do long test, but it will be written over there. I'm not doing it because it will consume more battery. Now I'll show you another example for another Epirb, and here also I will be doing short test only. Now here in the second Epirb also you can see that it is kept in an open space in bridge wing. Now here, as it was kept in a bracket, so an HRU is placed inside it. Now it is from a different maker, it is from Jotron. Now for testing, it also has one side which is written on in case of emergency and test in case of testing. Now to test this, it is a spring button which I'll press it to my right side. Once I'll keep it pressed for 12 seconds, you will see a white light will flash in the top part of the Epirb. So that will give indication that my short test has passed. So now just now you can see it has given white light. So that means my test has passed. I'll release the spring button. Now if I actually want to switch it on, I just have to break the seal and push it towards my left. That will switch on the Epirb in real emergency. Now here is the instruction for short test, long test. You can pause the video and you can read it. So the next thing is you can see these two contact points which I've shown you earlier in my previous Epirb. So these are those two contact points which will help in automatic activation of Epirb. I'll just put it back. I'll cover it back. Now the next thing is markings, which are important for vetting inspectors and other auditors. Now first thing is you will see the hexa code which is there in the Epirb, that is shall be marked over here. Now which flag, your ship's name, your ship's MMSI, call sign, that shall be marked on the Epirb. You can see over here it is marked properly. It shall be marked on all the Epirbs. Second, your Epirb's battery and HRU expiry shall also be marked either on Epirb or near to Epirb. And lastly, there is one thing as IMO symbol. All the Epirbs shall be marked with IMO symbol and IMO symbol must be placed near them. That's it. Thank you.